Hey you guys, it's Mindy and Julie. We're back today to talk about how to be the best home buyer that you can possibly be. We've compiled a little list here of do's and don'ts that we want to share with you so that you will know when we start the home buying process exactly what to expect, first of all, but also to be ready and know exactly what it is that you need to be doing or that you need to stop doing. Ready? So I feel like the first one that we're going to talk about is to be ready.
Yes, it's the most important thing. If we are out looking for houses today and you find that perfect house and you cannot get yourself to write an offer on it, you're not ready. You're not ready.
And then we don't even need to be doing anything. We don't need to be looking. You can be looking online, but we don't need to be going to houses if you're not ready. If you don't know where you want to live or I mean more generally, not specific like what neighborhood, we can figure that out, but that you want to live in Colorado Springs, for example, as opposed to North Dakota. We need to know that much. We need to know that you're ready. If you have a house to sell, we need to be talking about that. We need to make sure that we know that we're looking at places that can have contingent offers if necessary, things like that. You have to be ready.
So the first thing that you'll need to do, I know a lot of people start by jumping online, going to Zillow, and you want to start looking right away, which, yes. I mean, that's what I want to do too. But the most important thing is to talk to a lender first. You need to get pre-approved. We like to refer specific lenders for specific reasons.
Did you know that 74% of people use the lender that their realtor referred?
That's huge.
I want you to think about why that is. The reason that is because we know the lenders. We know them. We've worked with them in the past. We trust them. We know that they're going to be asking you the right questions. And we know that we're going to close. So we don't work with lenders that are crap or that are going to bomb out on you at the very last second. We know exactly who these lenders are, and the reason that we're referring them is because we know that they're the best.
If you have someone that you trust, by all means, go there, get pre-approved. It doesn't matter, you know, if one of the two of us should have trust in them, let's say that, either us or you. And if you don't know any lender off the top of your head, ask us and we'll tell you.
We'll tell you.
Once you're pre-approved and you get that out of the way, we're moving along. That's a huge step in the process. So the other thing too, like I was saying, is, you know, when we start shopping and we're out there, just make sure mentally that you're ready, because we don't want to be writing offers or us thinking that we're going to be writing offers and helping you buy a home, and then you get to that point, we find the perfect home, we go through all these houses, we've looked at 10, 15 houses, and then you find the perfect one, and for some reason you can't pull the trigger. So we're here to be by your side to help you and everything like that, but just make sure that you're ready financially and everything else. Just sit down and talk to us if you have to. So
yeah,
there's I think we should go into our do's list, things that you should do.
Okay, number one, you should get pre-qualified, right? We touched on that already. Work with the lender that we say, work with the lender that you've used in the past, but work with the lender that you trust, and that is step number one, is to get pre-qualified. Step number two is obviously to work with a realtor, right? You have to work with a realtor. There's no reason at all buying a house you should not be working with a realtor. There is no cost to you. Every single listing agreement in our state has the seller paying the realtor fees. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say about that.
You are not paying any commission.
You don't have to pay anything. So there's no reason.
It's already been negotiated for you.
Exactly. And if you don't use a realtor, guess who gets the commission? The listing agent.
The other realtor.
Nobody gets a break on it. It's already negotiated. It's already paid for.
You might as well have someone by your side.
You have to have representation.
Someone that you trust. Someone that's going to represent you and negotiate on your behalf and advocate for you. It's huge. If you...
There's some kids in the closing.
You know what? Let's skip to the don't page.
Don't bring your kids to closing. Come on. Especially when there's 3 of them and only one of you. You know the kids.
Right. One of them's 7 and one of them's 1.
Right. They pack together like a clan.
They're screaming.
I mean, they're
getting out of hand out there.
They're naughty.
I feel like we're gonna have to go regulate.
They're not. We're gonna have to get a babysitter, and we're not babysitters. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're not.
Right.
back to the do's.
Work with a realtor.
Yes.
Also, what was I going to say about working with a realtor is, oh, I remember now. To pick one. You know, you need to pick one realtor, not multiple.
Not 7
realtors.
They don't like
I mean,
that.
if it's a team situation, no,
Fine.
Then that's
if they're
fine.
working together, that's
If they're
fine.
working together, that's fine. But what we want you to do is pick someone that you like. You know, interview a couple if that's what you need to do. Make sure it's somebody that you personally can get along with. Because if you don't like him now, you will not like him later. But if you like her now you're gonna love her later, right? Because she's gonna be even more awesome.
Yeah.
But shopping around for a realtor is fine to start with, but having different realtors show you different properties and writing different offers for you is not okay. You need to pick one realtor, and that realtor will show you every property that you want to see and will write every offer that you want to write. So just get to the point where
choose someone that you get along with. Choose someone that's going to answer the phone, that's going to correspond the way that you want to correspond. If you want to text all day, pick a realtor that's going to text you back.
Right.
If you want to email all day, pick a realtor that's going to email you back.
Right. And also the time frame that they can work for you. If the only time that you have off of work that you can go look at houses and whatnot is on the weekends, then you need to pick a realtor that works on weekends.
Right.
Some realtors don't like to work weekends, so that's not going to be someone that's compatible for you.
Yeah, so just ask those questions from the beginning. Hopefully it's a referral or you found us on YouTube. And hopefully it's someone that you like, or at least someone that you know trusts.
Right.
So then we start looking at houses.
Yes.
Together.
We're going to look at houses. We, first of all, are going to send you a list of houses from our MLS, basically, that we know are active, number one, that are not under contract, that we know meet the criteria that you've given us, so size of house, bedrooms, price range, very important, and also houses that we know will qualify for the type of loan that you're getting. We know that in advance. Why? Because you got pre-qualified and we know your lender up front, so we know what type of loan that you're getting. So now we know what types of houses that we need to shop for. For example, if you are a first-time home buyer and you're qualified for an FHA loan with 3.5% down, perfect. We love those loans. But guess what we're not probably going to look at is a bunch of bank-owned properties that need all that work, because those homes will not qualify for FHA. So we know that in advance. Those are the homes that we're going to send you, that we want you to be filtering through and making a list of your favorite-ist ones that you want to look at. We don't necessarily want you
on Zillow. Now, you know, it's fine. I love driving around when I'm not shopping, but
it's okay.
It's okay. It's just that once you get on Zillow, we don't want you to fall in love with a house that's $50,000 over your price range and only qualifies for a conventional or cash when you're working with a VA loan. So
not gonna work.
Just let us set up a search for you. We go through our MLS system. We put in your criteria. We know the properties. If you find something happen to, give us the address, we can look it up for you, but
all the properties that we send you are the ones that are eligible for you to
criteria.
buy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's on an auto kind of setup search, and it's going to feed those to you. So I feel like there was something else I was going to say.
To narrow them down before we start looking?
Yes.
We don't want to
sort through.
Right. You need to sort through the list that we send you. We're going to send you all of the properties that match the criteria. You are not going to love all of them. You're going to love like maybe 2 of them. Maybe. You're going to like maybe 7 or 8 of them. And those are the ones that we're going to look at.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily need to be looking at 30, 40, 50 houses every weekend, you know, in areas that you want or pictures that you've seen or whatever, ones that you actually will like.
Right.
Barring any weird smells.
Another thing too, what I was going to say, just to touch again on how important it is to get pre-approved. Some people, you know, last minute will say, hey, I'm calling on this house. I love it. I'm not pre-approved yet, but I really want to see it today. Every once in a while, that's fine. I'll go out and show the house. Next thing you know, they love it. They fall in love. It's $50,000 over their price range, which we established 2 weeks later, and then they can't have it. And so I don't want to make you feel like that, and I don't want you to make yourself feel like that. So
we want you to be happy, not sad.
We want you to know what you're working with from the very beginning. You know what your monthly, your average monthly payment is going to be. You know what your total purchase price can go up too. You know what you can get a loan for, and that's just so important in the beginning. So, the other thing too with the lenders is there's a lot to talk about with lenders.
There's a lot.
There's so much. I mean, they're gonna give you a checklist. Or should.
It's not, yeah, they will. It's not easy to get a loan. You probably have heard that before. It's not easy. And the reason that it's not easy is because if everyone could do it, then everyone would do it. And then what kind of world would we live in? You know what I mean? Like, we don't want everybody being a doctor, right? Some people are like, not
up to it. They
not going to be a doctor. They're going to do something else.
Yeah.
So not everybody can qualify for a loan either. So the lender will have a checklist. You will abide by the checklist, and you will know all the documents that you need to get to the lender in a timely fashion. The sooner you can get your documents to the lender, the sooner we will get to the closing table. That is a given.
Oh my gosh.
The longer it takes you, the longer the whole process will be.
The stress levels will shoot through the roof on all ends if we're waiting on you to turn in your W-2.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's the worst. So the second that they ask you for it, if you can't do it that day, that's fine. Just get it to them as soon as possible so they're not waiting.
But still today. It needs to be today.
But still today, if you can. The other thing too, I mean, I guess we can touch on that too, is that, I mean, that's completely normal for them to keep calling you. They're going to keep asking you. They're going to ask you up front for documents. You're going to give those to them.
Right.
They're going to call you or email you again, and they're going to ask you for more.
Right. And then tomorrow, they're going to ask you for more documents.
Yes.
Again. Very normal.
Very normal.
Every single time that happens.
All the time. I mean, sometimes they're asking you for documents the day before closing.
5 minutes before closing. Here, can you sign this,
you have
please?
to bring it to the closing table. I mean, things like that happen, but there's so much
Very
that goes
normal.
into a mortgage. It's impossible for them to be able to get all that wrapped up, in the first week. It's just not, it doesn't happen. Right. So, cut them some slack too.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. We would not refer anybody that doesn't know what they're doing, so you can have faith in the fact that they know what they're doing. They're just trying to get it done as soon as possible.
Right.
And, the more cooperation that they have from all parties, you included, the seller included, the agents included, the better it will be, the smoother it will be.
Yeah, quicker we get there.
So it's normal to have multiple documents. It's also normal to have to wait for some answers. We make a note here. What we say all the time is no news is good news in this process. So if something bad happens, if something bad has come up that you need to know about or that the other agent needs to know about or whatever, we're going to talk about that immediately.
You're the first person we call.
Exactly. So if we are not talking to you, that means we have nothing to say. Everything is fine. Everything is good, because as soon as something bad happens, you will know.
We call you.
We're like, oh, here's the thing.
Ooh,
so we're going to have to work this out.
Oof.
Which most of the time we can just work it out, but
we'll figure it out.
You never know. So it's normal to have no news for some periods of time. I mean, sometimes it's 2 weeks. I feel like after an appraisal,
you kind of sit for a little bit.
Right. It could be 2 weeks before we talk again, because we don't need to talk about anything until now we're done with the loan processing and we're getting to closing.
Yeah. So that could be a couple weeks. You're right.
Yeah. Also normal to have multiple offers on a property. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. These days, it is buying season, you guys. It is buying season. It's about to be spring. Spring and summer just.
Are you looking outside at the sunshine?
Yeah, I am. Like, look at that blue sky.
It's about to be spring, y'all.
It is about to be spring, and it is buying season. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I mean, this last weekend or last week,
yeah.
I mean, I called to schedule 4 showings and 2 were under contract.
It's crazy.
Then the next day, same thing happened.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we get to a house, we look at it, we love it, we write an offer, and then we find out there's multiple offers on it. There's another offer. Yep. Very normal. Nothing to be concerned about. There's no conspiracy. There's no lying going on.
Nope.
That happens all the time.
All the time.
We'll deal with that situation when it comes up. Usually we'll talk about writing our best offer once we know that there are multiple offers, but it's just nothing to be alarmed about. If it's something that you're not interested in, that you don't want to be in a situation where there are multiple offers in a bidding war, as they call it, or whatever. By the way, it's not a bidding war. It's how much the house is worth. You're either going to pay it or you're not.
Right. So you're setting the market price.
You're not bidding against anyone else. There's no competition. The other person doesn't know how much you're bidding, and you don't know how much they're bidding. So it's not really a bidding war. It's not eBay. You know what I'm saying? It's here's the price that we're going to pay for the house.
Right.
Anyway, very normal to have that situation, especially once we start into the spring season, the buying season that is starting, as we say now.
So nice out.
We should have filmed this outside.
Yeah, let's start doing that.
Okay. So, do you want to just go through the list? Do work with a realtor. Do get pre-approved with a lender, preferably that the realtor has referred. Get all your stuff to your lender on time, in a timely fashion at least. Take notes and narrow down your properties before we start to look at them, before we start going out physically to see them. And feel free to ask questions. That's what we're here for. We're professionals. We probably know the answer. So if you have a question, feel free to ask it. We're happy to answer.
If we don't know, we find out.
Right, if we don't know, of course we'll find out.
We're very good at using our resources.
But I feel like most questions we do know the answers to.
Okay, we just know mostly, but if not, we just ask.
Yeah.
So, as far as don'ts,
don't look on Zillow, or
you can look on Zillow.
You can look on Zillow.
Just don't get so excited about Zillow properties because they don't update them all the time. And then they're all, with the way things are going under contract in buying season, no.
That property will be on Zillow for 4 or 5 days.
Right.
But, and it's been under contract
the
whole time.
2 weeks, and
right.
you're just gonna be upset. So watch the sheets that we send. Get on the daily emails so that you get every single day you get emails of brand new properties. You can do it ASAP. As soon as they hit the MLS, the other realtor inputs it in, it's going to get sent to you. Just do that.
Automatically.
It's simple.
We'll do that for you.
We'll do that for you. The other thing is, don't go crazy and start buying crap left and right. Don't buy a car.
Right.
That's crazy. Do not max out your credit card.
Right. Once you've done your pre-approval with the lender,
that'll throw you in a panic.
You're not allowed to spend money anymore. You can't open a new credit card.
Go to the grocery store.
You can't buy a car. You can pay your rent. You can pay your utilities. You can do you can go to the store.
The normal things,
that you always do.
Do not rack up a single more dollar in debt. We do not.
You are not borrowing money from friends or family members. You are not taking out a second mortgage on the house that you already own.
You are not making large withdrawals or deposits into your account unless they're legal, people.
You are not. That's legal here now, but you are not spending money.
Yeah,
you cannot spend money once your pre-approval has started. And we're going to remind you that when we see you in person, of course, that's a big don't.
One other thing too is we would love for you to go to open houses. If you want to go to them with us, that's fine. If you want to come to ours, that's fine. If you happen to go to an open house on a Sunday by yourself and you're walking by and you walk in, just disclose to the other agent that you're working with someone.
Yes.
It gets really discouraging to a lot of the agents to be working with someone and then you find out that they have 5 other people they're working with. So if you are working with someone and you've committed to that relationship with them, just let the person in the open house know that you are working with someone or wherever you are. I guess that's it for don'ts.
Yeah. So we just want you to know that it is okay to be nervous during the whole process too. I feel like we sometimes get nervous.
I get nervous.
Sometimes things are nerve-wracking, you know. It's okay to be nervous. We really are professionals, though. We really are here to help you, and we will help you. And just like Julie said, if there's something that comes up that we don't know the answer to, we're going to get it. We have a great team here in our office. We know a lot of people. We know a lot of things. So if we get to the point where something is weird, we'll figure it out. So
we do figure it out.
We always figure it out. There's always... we learn stuff every day.
I know, it's so great.
It's so great. But we love especially doing first-time home buyers so that we can educate you so that we are teaching you the right way the first time. So that, next time you do this, you're going to be so much more experienced, you're going to be so much more knowledgeable, and it's really going to boil down to who is your first realtor. So if you are a first-time home buyer, that's our favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. Is that your favorite
Yep,
thing?
actually it is.
So we just love to do that. We're happy to teach you and walk you through this process, and that's what we're here for.
This is how we do
realtors.
it.
Go realtors!
This is how we do it. La, 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 la.
So if you guys have any other questions or anything that we can help you with, we certainly do want you to get a hold of us. Or if you know someone that we need to know,
Who do you know?
who do you know that we need to know? We know there's somebody. I know there's somebody.
Somebody. You gotta pull it out of these people.
So I'm gonna find you. So call us, email us, whatever. We'll get a hold text,
us.
Twitter, Facebook.
We're available. Make it happen.
We're
people.
on everything.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll get a hold of them if we need to, so just let us know. Or certainly if you have any needs, we're here to help.
And you can come hang out with us too if you want.
Yeah, we're going to have a party soon. I mean, we should plan a party soon.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna have a party soon.
We're going to have a party, and you're going to be invited. So you better keep watching. You better subscribe, as a matter of fact.
You don't get.
Click
We're gonna
that.
have a subscriber party.
We're going to have a subscriber party. That's what we're going to do. So if you don't subscribe, guess who's not going to get an invitation?
You're not.
You. So you better subscribe. We'll have a party. You'll come, meet us, love us. What's not to love? And then we'll go looking at houses. Won't that be so
I
fun?
can't wait. We're excited.
Woo! Bye. See you next time.
Bye.
This is how we do it.